Mr. Maurice opened the door to reveal a young man with dark hair. This is Mr. Ewan. You must be Mr. Ewan? Yeah, Ewan Wright. Could I come in? Don't mind if I do. Is this the first time he's here? He doesn't seem to be family. Oh wow, amazing on the inside too. Talk about a mansion. Earl's family eat your heart out. Oh, is that one of those chandelier things? Sure is pretty. He gives off a sort of commoner vibe. Maybe he isn't actually a noble. I don't even know who he would be. What's up with you staring at me like that? You need something, or...? I'm sorry, if you like, I'll take you to your room. Yeah, sure. You are in the red room. This is your room, Mr. Ewan. Oh, thanks. It sure looks great, though. All the furniture in it must have cost a fortune. Do you know how much it was all up? How much? I'm not sure. Fair enough. Well, how rich are these guys? And by that you mean... This manor is not the only asset they have, right? The Rockeyfords are a renowned family of nobles. They must have other things, no? Yes, I heard they have another manor in London. Must be something called a townhouse. Apparently nobles have houses in London for when they want to spend time there. So, anything else? I've heard that they own most of the land around here. I see, a landlord. Not exactly a surprise for a family of nobles. What's this dude's problem? He's like obsessed with how much money they have. It's not a red flag at all. I guess he doesn't know the Rockeyford family that well. May I ask what your relationship with the Rockeyford family? Nothing? Nothing? We have no relationship. No relationship? Then why were you invited as a guest today? Jeez, you sure like to ask questions, don't you? Oh, I'm sorry, I just wanted to know. You shouldn't be so nosy as a maid. I don't know what to say. I don't mind that though. If you're that nosy, then there must be something else that's bugging you, no? What? Why was I invited here? If you can guess, then I'll answer your questions. Was there anything bugging me? Head of family. Nope, wrong. Don't tell me you don't know. What? The will? Both things are bugging her. Both things could have been right. Okay. The will, maybe his being called here has something to do with the predecessor's will? Yes, that is it. Good job. I see. If that's the reason, then Mr. William and Mrs. Grace are here because of the will too. But he's not a relative. I find it somewhat hard to believe you have no relation to the family if you really were invited here because of the will. Well, I mean, even I don't know why I'm here. What? Is that so? Yeah, but... You really are nosy, aren't you? I'm sorry. Well, whatever. Anyway, I have some questions of my own. What? I'm gonna tell you what I know, so let me know what you know. What is it? Things I know, what is it? I can't talk about everything. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I won't ask you anything. I just need you to talk to me. Talk to you? Honestly, there are so many things I don't know. I don't know anyone here, and I don't even know where I can eat my dinner. Oh yes, please ask me those things. Good, thanks. What is your name? My name? Yeah, is that something I can ask? Of course. My name is Ellie. Nice to meet you, Ellie. Yes, same here. I just don't think being like, oh yes, please ask me anything. Or maybe I was supposed to say that because... No, you know what? I'm going back. I'm going back. No. No. Okay, well, whatever. I left the red room and returned to the hall. Ewan is still a mystery, but there is one more guest left. Who is it this time? Ah, Ellie, you returned. Here's another guest for you. Miss Mahi just arrived. Oh, pretty. Hello, nice to meet you. This is Miss Mahi. I wonder where she's from. India, perhaps? She's not a relative, no, probably not. I wonder what kind of guest she is. Oh, this place hasn't changed one bit. It's just like it was back then. What? You've been here before? Yes, once in the past. I see. I wonder if she knows the predecessor. I should take her to her room. Miss Mahi's room is the blue room. This is your room. Okay, by the way, Miss Mahi stared me right in the eye. Is there something wrong? Is there something on my face? Yes, I can feel it. Psychic power emanating directly from you. Psychic power? As in, I can see spirits or something? That's one example, yes, but not the only one. The term refers to using spiritual abilities in general. Huh. Reading people's thoughts, foreseeing the future, these abilities differ from person to person. Foreseeing the future? Does that ring a bell at all? Yes, I've had prophetic dreams before. Is that a result of the psychic power you speak of? Prophetic dreams? Yes, it is. Prophetic dreams occur when we obtain information about the future from the spirit world. The spirit world? Information from the future? It sounds so out of this world, I can barely believe what I'm hearing. You're very knowledgeable about psychic powers, aren't you, Miss Mahi? Yes, I'm a psychic medium. A psychic medium? It's just... this girl is baffling. Today's gathering seems more and more mysterious, relatives, non-relatives, than a psychic medium. Just what are the criteria for being summoned here anyway? What's wrong? If I may ask, why are you here today, Miss Mahi? It has something to do with the predecessor's will, right? Yes, I'm here to handle the seance. Seance? If I remember correctly, that involves summoning a spirit from beyond the grave and talking to it. Yes, I'm here to call the spirit of Mr. Oliver, who died the other day. The other day? He died a couple of weeks ago. Mr. Oliver, the father of Mr. Irving. So that's why the guests are here, for a seance. I'm finally finished. I came outside after guiding all the guests to their rooms. Now what should I do? I don't have any other urgent tasks, so I guess I'll help the others. There's someone there. Whew. Louisa was walking in the backyard holding heavy luggage. Offered to help. That looks very heavy, Louisa. Want some help? Ellie. No, I certainly do not. You should be doing elegant work with the guests. Go on then, laugh it up. Funny, isn't it, seeing me work like a horse like this? Laugh it up? I'd never do that. You shouldn't take your anger out on others like that. I know you're frustrated. A girl holding luggage just like Louisa appeared from behind her. I'm not taking out my anger on anyone. An apprentice like you should watch what you say. I'm sorry. Oh, there she goes. I wonder if I offended her. I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't have said that. No, don't worry. I was happy that you stepped in. Thank you. Really? Good thing I did then. I'm Ellie. You? I'm Natalie. I'm a maid apprentice. Nice to meet you. Likewise, luggage looks heavy. Let me help you if you like. Thank you. Then can you bring the box there to the kitchen? This? The one with the vegetables inside. Everything looks good and delicious. Really? We actually grew them ourselves. We? Do you come from a family of farmers? Yeah, we live close by. Oh, so you're from the village. This manor is located in a village called Rakistan. Most land in the village is owned by the Rockeford family. I actually think I learned how to say their name just by myself. Rockeford. Wait, how was I saying it before? Rockeford? I don't remember. The Earl's family has taken care of us for generations. They're lending us land and buying vegetables we grow. I've been taught since childhood that we need to thank the Earl's family for helping us live. I see. Is it like that for all the other villagers too? Yeah, they're helping all of us in one way or another. We have a decent hospital and church in the village because of the Earl's family. The Rockefords are such major players around here. It's almost as if people can't live without them. Taking over the family means to carry a great responsibility. We entered the kitchen from the back, vegetables in hand. We brought them, that's all we have. Oh, thanks. You're so hardworking. Why does everyone have a Sprite? I can't believe you make people carry everything for you while you just laze around and drink alcohol. Louisa, who had arrived earlier, was stunned and glared at the man in the chef's hat. I'm thinking of what to pair with today's menu. After all, one must always consider how well wine complements the food it's served with. It's very important. Sure. Who's behind you? I haven't seen her before. I'm Ellie. I started today. Yeah, you. I'm Jack, a chef here. I heard about you. You've really made a name for yourself. Huh? You took out a villain who tried to blame you for a crime you didn't commit. No, it's not a big deal. Huh, you must be proud, taking my jobs away from me like that. Can you even do them properly? You're not being rude to the guests, are you? I hope not. So who are these guests? Why are they here? Oh, they're here for a seance. A seance? It's when people sit around a medium and talk to a spirit, right? What for? Apparently it has something to do with the predecessor's will and testament. Oh, is that all you know? Do you know more, Louisa? Of course! I was originally assigned to guide the guests, after all. I see. Miss Noel didn't tell me the details of it. She didn't tell me either. I was a little curious, so I eavesdropped on the Lord's conversations. Eavesdropping? Amazing that you did that. Is that really amazing? Well, so you want to know what I heard? Huh? Well, yes, I suppose. I thought so. Then I'll tell you what I know. She seemed kind of happy. I guess she wanted to talk about it. So, what did you hear? In the predecessor's will, he said to hold a seance after his death. Whatever the summoned spirit says will itself be the predecessor's last will and testament. What the spirit says will be the will? I mean, that gives Miss Markii a lot of power. What for? Well, I don't know. Maybe the predecessor wanted to speak the will's contents himself? But can a spirit's words be recognized as an actual will? Like, what if the spirit says to give this manor to some chump we don't even know? What? I thought the manor was inherited by the current lord. That doesn't seem to be the case. I heard the lord is just managing things temporarily. The lord inherited the earl's title when his father died, but the estate is a different story. Yes, the title is something that a direct male inherits. The law states so. The estate itself, on the other hand, could indeed depend on whatever the will says. Yes, whether what the spirit says is officially recognized as a will is a different question, but still. Speaking of which, Miss Grace said that Mr. Irving may not be the head of this manor, so this is the reason. Hey, do spirits really exist? Will the predecessor spirit really be summoned at this meeting? I don't know, maybe the whole spirit thing is just a big facade, and the medium just says whatever they want to say. Apparently that sort of deception does tend to happen a lot. If something major gets set in stone because of the lies this medium spouts, what will happen to Mr. Irving? You fancy him. I worried about the upcoming seance. Oh, look at the time, it should begin soon. I'd been so busy with my usual chores of cleaning and serving our guests that I hadn't realized that it was almost 9 p.m. The seance was scheduled for that exact time in the reception room. Ellie, come with me. Suddenly, Miss Noel appeared at the living room door. Yes, ma'am? As I entered the reception room, I could barely see anything bar a few candles. Why is the room so dark? It's apparently how you hold a seance. I'm not completely sure, but darkness is needed to help call the spirit. I see. The candles flicker ever so slightly, moving the shadows. Everything just looks so creepy. Could you stay here for me? I need someone to greet the guests and show them to their seats. I have to step away for a minute. I'll be back in time. And with those words, Miss Noel left me all alone in this creepy room. It's so quiet. I wouldn't be surprised if a spirit was already here. Maybe I should check out the room just in case? Ooh. My favorite. I looked into the shelves and found a piece of paper. Smells kinda nice. Refreshing and slightly sweet. It reminds me of lemons. Okay. The 3 candles are lit. This is the only light in the room. There is only a golden candelabra on the table. There seems to be nothing else. I think I've seen everything in this room. At least, I don't think that there are any spirits around yet. A sound startled me out of my reverie. Kya! Ellie, what's wrong? Mr. Irving. Pardon me, I thought you were a spirit. A spirit? The seance is about to start, so I thought that the spirit might already be here. Even before being called? I don't think spirits are in any kind of rush to do things. Oh, I see. I don't know much about spirits. Me neither. My family were the superstitious ones, believing in ghosts and demons and such. Then the medium, Miss Markii, you know her through your family. I heard that she has been here before. Yes, she has, but that time wasn't for a seance. Mr. Irving grew quiet. I wonder why. There are so many things I want to ask him, but is this the right time? No. He might tell me I'm being nosy like Mr. Ewan did. Let's not ask him anything. But the curiosity is killing me. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a save. I will ask. Because I feel like they're either giving me that that second like question, like the second ability to question him again, to test me, or to be like, are you sure you don't want to ask him? You should really ask him, you know. All right, let's ask. Hello, what is this paper? Oh, I can't ask him that. Bok. I heard that this seance was something that your father wanted. I believe that his last words were, whatever the spirit says shall be my will, or something like that. You're well informed. Where did you hear that? I overheard some people talking. I see, even the servants knew. If you don't mind my asking, may I hear more about this will? Why? Please excuse me if I'm overstepping my bounds, but when something piques my interest, I won't stop until I know everything. Your curiosity is amazing. Is that how you were able to figure out the truth behind the broken statue? I'm not sure. I don't really understand it myself. If I tell you, you might be able to figure some things out for me. To be honest, there are so many things that I am unsure of recently. Oh really? What's bothering you? Oh, please excuse me if I'm being too nosy. You're not. I'm glad you're interested. It might be worthwhile to talk to you a bit. Where should I start? Go ahead, ask me anything. I'll answer each of your questions to the best of my ability. Thank you. Okay, so firstly, why did your father want to have this seance in the first place? Honestly, I don't know. Perhaps it is because I was estranged from my father. Estranged? I started living in my university's dormitory and never really bothered returning here unless I had to. I hadn't seen him in a long time then. But that's why I want to at least fulfill his last wish. It's all I can do for him now. So that's why Mr. Irving decided to have this seance, but... The medium, is she a real one? Will your father's spirit actually be called to this room today? I don't know. As I said, I'm not familiar with all of this. What would you do if it was all fake? Fake? I'm not calling Miss Mahi a fake, but I've heard that some mediums are... I can't deny that. Although I've met her in the past, I don't really know much about her. I called her because my father named her. Well, then what if Miss Mahi starts saying something extraordinary? Well, if she says something about fortune, I'm thinking I should talk to a lawyer first, whether she is real or not. I'm not sure whether words spoken during a seance could be recognized as a will. I'm sure this will be a first. I see. Yes, I've never heard of such a will before. I have no idea what she'll say, so I don't even know what to expect. There are so many things I don't know, even some of the guests I am unfamiliar with. The guest that Mr. Irving is unfamiliar with is probably... Ewan. The guest you're unfamiliar with is Mr. Ewan. He did tell me that he wasn't directly related to the Rockeford family at all. Is that so? I don't know anything about him. I wonder why my father invited him to this meeting. You guys talking about me? Yeah, Mr. Ewan. We hadn't realized that Mr. Ewan had been standing behind us. You are. I'm sorry, did I offend you? Nope. I know I don't fit in here, so I don't blame you for talking about me. But you really don't know who I am? No, I asked my butler, but he even said that he couldn't recall any relationship between you and my father. Alrighty then. Do you know? I don't have a clue, but if I were to guess, then it would be a stupid guess. Tell me anyway, I want to know. Like you and I are actually brothers or something like that? What? How ridiculous. Haha, told you so. Who exactly is Mr. Ewan, I wonder? I can't get a read on what he's actually thinking. While I was gathering my thoughts, Mr. Irving's relatives began filling the room. Oh, Irving, you were already here. I was looking for you. Oh, I like the ambience. Feels like something could jump out at you. Must we do this in such low light? After all, I'm not too sure about this. Miss Noel was back before I realized. She was standing in a corner next to Mr. Maurice. After a while, Miss Mahi also appeared. I see that we're all here. Shall we begin? It's starting. I'm feeling kind of nervous now. Could I ask that you sit next to someone of the opposite sex? Then, could you please hold hands with the people on either side of you? Opposite sex? We must even out the energies. Men are positive, representing light, and women represent the negative or the dark. Excuse me? I don't really understand all that, but... Irving, I'll sit next to you. Certainly, if you insist. Then Uncle William sits here. Have a seat. Haha, I'm honoured. Well, otherwise that person will be next to me. Oh, but then he'll have to be next to my mother. That's alright, Layla. It's better than you touching me. What? Mother, thank you. What? Excuse me? It probably means it's better than him touching you? I don't know. That averse to holding my hand, huh? You don't want to touch commoners? I wonder if that's what it is. What a terrible thought. Should I? Just insert myself. I think I'll insert myself. If I may, could I join too? Oh, then do you want to sit here? Yes, let me do that. I would like to have an equal number of men and women, so can you join as well, Mr. Maurice? Sure I can. Well then, well, Maurice is better. Sit next to me. Yes, pardon me. Then I'll sit here. Excuse me. You should watch your behavior. People won't like you if you do too much. Sorry, I'll be more careful. Well, but it saved me, thanks. Ewan gripped my hand a little tightly. Wow, it's kind of embarrassing. So, I heard that there's 2 romances. So I guess that you can either end up with Ewan or Irving. Kind of want to end up with Irving first, and I feel like I've gone down a path of potentially getting Ewan. Give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. Ellie, give me your hand. Oh, okay, we're good. We're also holding Irving's hand. I heard that voice and realized that Mr. Irving was sitting on my other side. Okay. Mr. Irving held my other hand. Both of my hands are hot. Is this just me burning up inside, or...? Oh, that is the lewdest thing you can do. Right, everyone holding hands. Then, let's call the predecessor Mr. Oliver Rockefort. Oh, I've forgotten how to say it. Rockefort? Okay. Please call out to Mr. Oliver silently inside your hearts. Miss Mahi waited for things to quiet down, then closed her eyes. Eloim Esaim Rugativi et Appellavi. Is this a spell? One for calling spirits? The mysterious words pierced the darkness, repeating over and over again. I felt the room getting a little colder. Someone open a window. Before long, Miss Mahi called out to the void. Mr. Oliver, are you there? Mr. Oliver? I looked around instinctively, but there was nobody like him there. I can't see anything. Is my father here? Yes, he is here. Please sharpen your 5 senses. Can you not feel something there? I'm not sure, but I feel that the room has become colder than before. Someone open a window. Oh please, you're just imagining things, surely. If I had to say, I do feel like there is something in the darkness. I can't tell. Is the spirit saying anything? Yes, he is saying that he wants to convey his last words. His last words. Could you please hand me that paper? Such is the wish of the late Mr. Oliver. Oh, okay. I handed the paper on the shelf to Miss Mahi, the one that smells like lemon, right? You mean the spirit is going to write on it? Yes. How? Mahi raised the paper high and then used the candlelight to illuminate it. Now, Mr. Oliver has written on it. Please have a look. When I peered into the darkness, the letters were certainly there. So this is like some invisible ink type shit. How did that happen? You're telling us the spirit really wrote that. What on earth does the writing say? This is... Mr. Irving looked at the paper and was stunned into silence. What is this? I do not want Irving to be the head of the Rockefort family. The abominable demons must be eliminated. What the? So this is Mr. Oliver's will? Why? Why would he say this? Ah! In Mr. Irving's attempt to snatch the paper away, it brushed against the candle flame and caught fire. Oh my! In an instant, the paper had been reduced to ash and the fire wisps of smoke. What did the rest of the will say? I could read only halfway. Same here. So no one read to the end. We'll just have to ask him to write it again. Unfortunately, after what just transpired, it seems Mr. Oliver's spirit left us. Left us? Can't we call him again? I believe it'll be difficult to call him again today. So what should we do? The entire will wasn't given to us. Can we try again on a different date? Hold the seance again, you mean? Yes, if you respect your father's will, then we should. Did we really call my father's spirit in the first place? Are you being skeptical? Honestly, yes. I'm actually beginning to ask myself if there was even a spirit here at all. That was my brother's writing, was it not? I know you don't want to believe it, Irving, but words suddenly appearing on paper? Is that not the work of a spirit in itself? Well... was it really the spirit that wrote those words? Or something other than a spirit. I don't think it was the spirit that wrote those words. Ellie, the reasons the words appear on the paper was... The paper was prepared in advance. Maybe that paper was prepared in advance with the words written beforehand. That they suddenly seemed to appear is because... It was illuminated by the candle. I think it was the flame from the candles that revealed the writing. The flame from the candles revealed it. You know, the writing did look kind of brown. Maybe they were hard to see because the candlelight was so dim. I checked the paper before the seance began. It smelled like lemon. I think the words were written with lemon juice. And were then revealed by the candlelight. The message itself seemed to appear after Miss Mahi held the paper up to the candles, right? I see. I thought she held the paper over the candle because the room was dark, but it was to get the words to appear. Do you have anything to say for yourself? No, nothing, only that I didn't know. Didn't know? Yes, all I did was obey the words of the spirit. It was you who prepared the paper, wasn't it? Excuse me, my lord, I think it's impossible. I was preparing the room before Miss Mahi arrived. She never came in. The paper was there before I even started. In other words, Miss Mahi didn't leave the paper there. Then who did? Who prepared it and left it there? Left it here? The spirit may have been lurking in this manor even before I called him. Huh? Before you called him? Yes, he may have just been a wandering soul drifting around. So maybe it was Mr. Oliver that prepared the paper. Doubt. The spirit prepared the paper. Do you know what a poltergeist is? Some spirits have the power to move objects, so it is indeed very possible. Is that so? I don't know much about spirits, so if someone insists that it's spiritual power, then I can't deny it. Very well, there'll be no more discussion now. As to the possibility of further seances, I'll let you know later. Please wait until then. With those final words, Mr. Irving left the room. So how was the seance? Did you see a ghost? I wanted to be there. Are you okay? Did anyone get possessed? After I cleaned the room, everyone started asking me questions. I think everyone is curious to find out. I know how they feel, but what should I say? That the predecessor's ghost didn't want Mr. Irving to be the head of the family and called him a demon? As I was thinking, Mr. Maurice entered the kitchen. Oh, everyone is here. Are you done with your work? Oh, I still need to finish washing dishes. I need to clean the pots. I'll take the trash out. Ellie, put this away. Yes, sir. Maurice put the thing that was on the tray in front of me. This wine bottle. I think I've seen this before, but where? When I looked at the empty wine bottle, suddenly the sight of my dream came to mind. Oh no. A part of my vague memory became clear. A glass and spilled wine. Why did I remember now? Is this wine bottle related to Mr. Irving's death in my dream? If that dream is really a predictive dream... Mr. Maurice, did you bring this wine to Mr. Irving? Yes, I did. I transferred the wine to the decanter and brought back only the bottle. Mr. Irvine drank the wine already? Well, no, he didn't drink anything, at least not while I was there. It's not too late then. Should I go stop Mr. Irving from drinking it, saying the wine may contain poison? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Let's calmly assess the situation first, and if it's wrong, let's go back. I want to stop Mr. Irving from drinking wine immediately, but there is no evidence that it contains poison. All I'm going on is a dream I had of his death. There must be some evidence that will make him trust me. Let me take a closer look. See, okay, that's a good option to take. It's a wine cap seal. It may have originally covered the cork. There are 2 holes in it. What could they be? If I remember right, they're air holes. It's a wine cork. There's a corkscrew stuck into it, as well as a small hole in the bottom. The bottle is empty and only the sediment remains. I brought the wine to the Lord's room. I transferred the wine to a decanter and brought back only the bottle. Well, no, he didn't drink anything, at least not while I was there. Ah! Natalie screamed as she passed by. Oh, hey girl. What's wrong? There's a hole in the garbage bag. Oh, it's spilling. A hole? You're right. Hey, wait a minute. I looked into the hole and found a syringe there. Why is there a needle here? Is this what made the hole? The bag's full of trash I picked up from all over the place. I don't know where it was thrown away. I see. Anyway, it's a very long needle. It might be as big as my finger. Is it different from an ordinary syringe? What do you use this for? Careful, the glass is broken. Don't touch it. Use this. Maurice gave me a handkerchief. Thank you very much. I'll borrow this for a bit if I may. It has a red stain. What is this? It smells like red wine. I carefully picked up the syringe with the handkerchief. The cylinder is a little wet. Was there anything inside? Why don't you smell it? Mr. Maurice, can I borrow this handkerchief a little longer? I want to bring the syringe with me. That broken thing? Well, sure. True, I haven't quite worked out what this syringe means, but I feel it's important. Anyway, I should go talk with Mr. Irving. I must hurry. Hurry! Excuse me. I entered Mr. Irving's room without knocking properly. Ellie? Mr. Irving turned to face me, surprised, a glass of wine in hand. Mr. Irving, don't drink that. It's dangerous. Dangerous? What do you mean? I explained everything to Mr. Irving. I need him to understand that there might be poison in that glass. God, I'm getting mind-flooded. Okay, so let's try and do this correctly. I feel like I'm not going to do this one correctly, though. I believe that your wine has been poisoned. Poisoned? What proof do you have? This. I don't know. I'm gonna save it. I don't know what is the right one to choose. What is the proof that... What is the proof? If I showed this, it could be like, oh, that's just from the corkscrew. Probably intended as air holes. I mean, is it the syringe? I'll try the syringe. Yeah, okay. I'm not getting anything wrong. The thing with these is that so many things... Wait, where is it? Here, okay. So many things could be the correct thing, and it's not entirely obvious what is the right thing to say right now. What, can I go into profile? Oh, okay. Let's do a capsule. It's not that either. I don't understand what it needs to be. I'm still in chapter 1. I just fucking try everything. Okay. The hole in the bottom of the cork. Even though, again, I feel like that could just be like, oh, it's just the, like where you screwed in the corkscrew that far. It just went in that far and came out the bottom. I don't know. There is a hole in the bottom of the cork. A hole? Normally there wouldn't be a hole there, right? You're correct. Why would a cork have a hole in the bottom? How the hole got there is because of the syringe? There is a hole because someone put a syringe through it. The length of this needle should be long enough to pass through the cork completely. A syringe, and that's how you think my wine was poisoned? I can't prove whether the syringe contained poison or not, but I have no doubt that this is what happened. Why are you so confident that my wine has been tampered with? Well, because you died in my dream, that's what I want to say, but I don't think he'll believe me. This wine was taste tested for poison by Maurice and nothing happened. Tested? By Mr. Maurice? Exactly, so I am questioning whether or not you are being truthful. I was just with Mr. Maurice not too long ago and he seemed fine. What's going on? Maybe he only drank a small amount, so it didn't, like, it's not, the effects haven't come in yet. Mr. Maurice only drank a small amount, so maybe he wasn't affected. Even a small amount of poison could kill, though. Mr. Irving tilted his head with a confused expression on his face. Okay, that was the wrong one. my beat. I mean, what I was thinking was that it would take like if you had a lot of poison, like you would get sick faster. But if you had only a little bit, you would get sick slower. That's where my mind was on that one. He didn't drink any of the wine, I guess. Maybe Mr. Maurice didn't actually drink any of the wine. He didn't. Why do you think so? My proof for Mr. Maurice not drinking the wine is... his handkerchief? This is Mr. Maurice's handkerchief, and I believe that this big red stain is wine. Come to think of it, I'm so confused. I thought that, like, we got it only got stained after. I guess I misread something or something, I don't know. Come to think of it, after Maurice took a sip, he wiped his mouth with his handkerchief. He must have spat out the wine into it. I think you are correct. His handkerchief is soaked through. Oh my god. Anyway, let me see if there really is poison in this glass. You can do that? Certainly, I study pharmacy at university. I brought my equipment and reagents from my dormitory with me, so as long as I know it's a poison, I should be able to detect it. So long as it's a known poison. Oh, how wonderful, studying pharmacy. It'll take some time to find any results, so you may go back to work. Oh, right. I'm supposed to be working right now. I shall go downstairs, but may I come back and hear the results? Of course. I bowed and left Mr. Irving's room. Oh, Ellie, here you are. As soon as I returned to the first floor, I met Mr. Maurice. What was all that about earlier? You were in such a hurry. I went to stop Mr. Irving from drinking his wine. His wine? Why? What was wrong with it? Before I answer you, I have a question of my own. I heard that you had taste tested Mr. Irving's wine before giving it to him, but did you really drink any? Oh, what are you insinuating? This is the handkerchief that I borrowed off you. However, it seems to be soaked with wine. Perhaps you spat it out? Oh dear. That was careless of me to give you that handkerchief. Oh no, I hate to admit it, but you are right. I have been feeling off all morning. I knew that even a sip of alcohol would make me feel worse. And so you pretended to taste my lord's wine. Couldn't you have told him the truth and not gone through with it? I have turned down the role before when I was feeling ill. However, it just made my lord worry about me and my health. Ever since then, I have kept my state of health to myself. Taste testing for poison is an old tradition. However, there has never been an instance of poisoning in this family. The wine distributor is also highly reputable. At the very least, I smelled my lord's wine, and there wasn't anything odd. So that's why you pretended to taste test my wine, Maurice. My lord? I turned to see Mr. Irving coming down the stairs. After taste testing the wine, I found it was tainted with arsenic acid. Arsenic acid, or simply arsenic. It is almost completely odorless and tasteless. So there really was poison in that wine, if my lord had even taken a tiny sip. My heart skipped a beat as I remembered my dream. How did something so dangerous get in the wine? It seems that it was injected through the cork of the wine bottle with a syringe. A syringe? You mean the one that I found in the garbage? Precisely. Didn't you notice the hole when you prepared the wine? I must apologize, I didn't inspect the cork very well. I only checked to see if the wax seal was still in place. Oh, I am deeply ashamed of this oversight. There is usually a hole in the wax seal of a cork to allow for airflow. I'm sure that no one would be able to tell the difference between an airflow hole and one made by a syringe. Do you have any idea of when the bottle could have been poisoned? I believe it could have been directly after the séance when I took the bottle out of the wine cellar. I left the bottle alone for a short time to fetch your glass, so it must have been while I was out of the room. And do you know who could have done this? Unfortunately not. I didn't see anyone doing anything suspicious. I'm terribly sorry I can't be of more help. I see. Shall I call the police? We need their expertise. No, we're not going to do that. If we made this public, there's no saying what kind of rumours will follow. Not only about the poison, but about the séance as well. I'm certain that the town gossips will spread lies about this being my father's will or some such nonsense. However, I cannot allow the Rockeford family's name to be dragged through the mud, unless it will lead to the capture of this criminal. I have heard that the police have a difficult time investigating poisonings anyway. Understood. I shall endeavour to find out as much as I can. Thank you. Maurice gave a deep bow and left the room. Mr. Irving watched Mr. Maurice close the door behind him with a suspicious glare. Maybe he feels as if he cannot trust Mr. Maurice because he lied about the taste testing. I completely understand, but talk to him. I hope the culprit gets caught soon. If there's anything that I can do, please ask. Thank you. Speaking of which, I haven't thanked you yet. I am grateful that you stopped me drinking that wine. If I had, Lord knows what would have happened. Ah, don't trouble yourself. I'm just glad that you're alright. I'm glad someone around here is happy to see me still breathing. Of course I am. Someone. Does that mean that others wish him gone? I mean, someone did just try to poison him. There is no doubt in my mind that there is someone close that doesn't pray for his safety, but is actively working to end his life. I don't want him to die. No matter who wants him dead, I will protect Mr. Irving. I kept secret my determination, locking it in my heart. But I had no idea. I could never have imagined the horrifying whirlpool of murderous intent that surrounded my lord. Is there another chapter? Okay. Lord the Hunted. Okay. Alright, I will see you in the next one. Bye.